Welcome to Pompeii on October 23rd, 79 AD, a place standing at the doorway between paradise and hell before vanishing tomorrow. Breathe deeply and catch the scent of garum sauce and sweat, for in this city, desire and reality are never hidden. Notice these phallic carvings acting as road signs, proving that this city boldly advertises its deepest desires on every single corner. Forget Roman glory, because this prosperity is built entirely on suffering, with every luxury purchased through blood, sweat, and iron chains. With only 24 hours left, they still trust the sunrise, even though the mountain has already begun its silent, deadly countdown. Join us as we witness the final day of a world about to end. The Forum serves as Pompeii's beating heart, where business and politics converge, drawing all 20,000 residents to its grand center. By the fourth hour, the markets overflow with merchants and citizens haggling over fish and pottery amidst a buzz of conversation. At the McKellum Food Market, you find everything needed for tonight's feast, though this abundance is only possible through slavery. It is election season, but in this Roman democracy, only free men vote, while women and slaves remain entirely voiceless. If you are hungry, visit a thermopolium, where hot stews are served from counter jars to the many Pompeians eating out. Behind every convenience stands a barefoot slave, serving as human machinery to carry his master's goods without pay or freedom. At the Great Palestra, Roman youth gather daily to sculpt their bodies and swim in this impressive Olympic-sized pool. While history might call him a beggar, today he is simply an exhausted delivery worker, resting after hours of brutal labor. Follow the scent of blood to the massive amphitheater, where 20,000 people have gathered for today's thrilling gladiatorial games. The crowd goes wild as the Retiarius battles the Secutor, turning death into entertainment and blood into a grand public spectacle. In 59 AD, a massive riot here between locals and visitors led Rome to ban these games for an entire decade. They cheer for death today, but tomorrow those cheers will become screams as their own doom finally approaches them. The Stabian Baths serve as a sacred social hub where hygiene and networking meet, within separate sections for men and women. We begin at the Apoditerium to remove our togas under magnificent stucco ceilings while slaves stand guard over our belongings. In the Tepidarium, men relax and discuss politics, proving that for Romans, the public baths are the ultimate networking environment. The Caldarium uses an underground hypocaust to create intense heat, allowing citizens to sweat out impurities before finding relief in cold water. The final cold plunge in the Frigidarium shocks the system and pumps the blood, making you feel completely reborn and vital. True cleanliness requires a slave to scrape away his master's dirt, even as his own dignity is washed away every day. We move into the darkness of the Lupanar, the city's largest brothel, where the very name treats women like animals. With 5 cells on each floor and hard stone beds, there is no comfort here, only cold business and transaction. These frescoes are actually picture menus for illiterate sailors, making the process as simple as pointing, paying, and ordering food. The walls are covered in crude graffiti from customers, yet the enslaved women who worked here remain silent forever in history. In this place, wine cost more than a person, and tomorrow some will die trapped here with no freedom to flee. Pompeii's prosperity is built on a brutal foundation, where pleasure is extracted through oppression behind beautiful and deceptive facades. The real hell of Pompeii is this recently discovered prison bakery, where high barred windows and external locks made escape impossible. Inside this windowless prison, massive millstones turn beneath unreachable windows in a display of pure, calculated architectural cruelty. Blindfolded donkeys and chained slaves are fused into grinding machines, forced to walk in endless, miserable circles until they break. Look at these deep floor grooves worn into solid stone by the countless circles of suffering that occurred in this room. Whips were used to ensure productivity, leaving skeletal remains that show the permanent spinal damage caused by this endless, brutal labor. Romans enjoyed fresh bread daily, never realizing it was ground from enslaved lives in what was essentially a living tomb. This building represents systematic oppression by design, with unreachable windows and locked doors engineered to ensure a lifetime of suffering. Imagine the horror of being locked inside during the eruption, pounding on the door while screaming for help that never comes. Hell has a neighbor in heaven, as Pompeii's extremes of absolute misery and absolute luxury exist side by side. At the House of the Golden Bracelet, a welcoming mosaic leads into gardens painted to be even more beautiful than reality. These garden frescoes use painted illusions to expand the space, bringing nature inside through beautiful depictions of birds and fountains. The real garden features imported marble and fountains maintained by slaves, showcasing the lifestyle of the city's top 1%. As dinner begins, the family reclines on couches to enjoy roasted meats and aged wine served silently by their slaves. The person embracing the child wears a heavy golden bracelet, leading historians to believe for centuries that this was a mother. Although this family seems so perfect, I wonder what they will look like tomorrow. As sunset approaches in peace, we must ask if wealth can protect them from the nature's fury that arrives tomorrow. A child senses danger and points at the smoking mountain, but the adults dismiss these fears in a truly fatal mistake. Their comfort is an illusion because tomorrow this home becomes a tomb, and DNA will eventually reveal their true, surprising identities. Near the city gate, notice the slave's ankle, where a heavy iron shackle has permanently warped the bone beneath it. With every painful step, this 10-pound chain weighs him down, becoming a death sentence when mobility is required for survival tomorrow. In Atlantis, a noblewoman sorts through her pearls and gold, believing these treasures will somehow guarantee her safety in the future. She packs her gold and amulets carefully, but her greed leads to a slow, fatal hesitation that she will soon regret. At the House of Orpheus, a faithful watchdog wears a heavy chain that will soon turn his loyalty into a trap. This dog offers perfect loyalty and trust, yet humans will repay that faithfulness with abandonment in a truly heartbreaking display. Pompeii's prosperity bred corruption and excess, leading many for centuries to believe the coming disaster was a form of divine punishment. Ancient writers condemned Pompeii as a city of unchecked decadence, where wealth existed without morality and pleasure knew no restraint. As everything ends tomorrow, the ancient world will view this catastrophe as divine justice and a moral lesson through destruction. In the deep night, the ground begins to tremble subtly beneath the feet of pleasure seekers who are still feasting. When the wine trembles and lamps swing, the wealthy simply laugh and drink more, while the animals wisely begin to flee. The dogs fall silent, and birds flee in massive flocks as animals sense the approaching doom that humans continue to ignore. Underground, imprisoned slaves feel the tremors and watch dust rain from the ceiling, realizing they are trapped with only their prayers. The mountain awakens as the crater glows red, and centuries of pressure finally reach a breaking point in these last hours. By morning, the rich and poor alike will be equal under the ash, as an inescapable fate approaches every living soul. Remember their faces, for the next episode reveals their final moments and the shocking truths their bodies expose about Pompeian reality. The hour of judgment has arrived, and in the end, none shall escape.